it's hard not to think about politics while you say this stuff, because it seems that there are characteristics of the different political persuasions that describe the left brain, right brain orientations.
Yeah. Well, maybe so, but people sometimes say to me, so is the left hemisphere kind of
conservative,
right wing and the right hemisphere left wing? And I think, if anything, it's the other way around, actually. But what I would say is that you can be on the right in politics in a very right-brained way as well as in a very left-brained way. And you can be on the left wing in politics in a very left-brained way as well as in a right-brained way. And in our country, the UK, which is, I know, quite different in its political spectrum from America, the left are, enormously doctrinaire. They've become what we call the authoritarian left, who have, right opinions, and anybody who disagrees with them deserves to be retrained in some sort of Maoist way. Well, this is not a very good, idea at all. And people on the right can be very much more interested in individual flourishing, not just in corporate. We have a tradition in this country that the right wing is on the side of the small guy, not on the side of the corporations. And I took a test on the internet, which is an American test. But anyway, it was interesting to me to find that I was in the most leftist quarter of the four things. And it was because I had a great concern for the environment and didn't think that big business should be allowed to take the liberties that it does. And so in that sense, I was very much on the left. But in terms of, do I think that socialist values should be rammed down people's throats? No, I'm not on the left.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting, because what you're saying is that we need a more nuanced politics, as we need a more nuanced perspective in all things. And,
exactly.
and that it's too easy to fall into sort of the us and them, polarized camp of one side or the other.
I mean, that's exactly what the left hemisphere does. It goes us and them.
Yeah.
Whereas the right hemisphere is, look, we're all part of this together. And that has consequences for how we talk as well. I think it's much more important. Again, the right hemisphere understands that the way in which something is done is more important even than what. And so I think that rather than controlling what all the time, we ought to instill in people what used to exist in them, which is a sense of how it is appropriate to be, to talk, to live. We've lost a kind of moral compass. We've lost, as you call it, the idea of the nuanced position, and it's been replaced by simple-minded dogmatism and rule following.